is at the line, set to get going. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team scouting and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. A gain of 22.
These guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
To throw is Jackson. And this will be incomplete.
He could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
2nd and 10. Again, Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Ravens.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. So nothing doing there. And it's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule. I'm down in distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now it's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like they marched to the end zone. Is there a momentary roadblock with that incompletion? No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
No.
Now Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Sit up!
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
No, we change it.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. 4th down. Here's Jackson. And he backs it away. It falls down incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out. There he goes right side. And he's in for a score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you're saying on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's this. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
Has absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback. And it will come out to the 20-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back to the air. Jackson following the pick six. On the left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Crossing right and finds Likely. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First down, here's Mitchell. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
That was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. He's brought down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. They're right up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
Jackson. And it's taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Gain of 4 yards.
They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
And that decision paid off indeed. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
On the play.
The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
To throw again is Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Throwing is Jackson. Jaguar pressure and Jaguar side. How about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, report.
Here's Jackson to throw. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Red on red.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true. Last time, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for these moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Think right.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On the set.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, lion.
Here's Lawrence. Finds Tootin out of the backfield. There he goes again. And he is into the end zone. And the touchdown record is now all his. So it takes him just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And it kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to, and they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, but they left a bit of taste in their mouths.
I would say so. I think that they go out this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He's got room past the 30. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
16 yards. First down, Ravens.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 35. Good coverage downfield run to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how it can hurt you. Michael Parsons in there to get him, sack number 14 for him on the year.
13 yards. It's second down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He'll look to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning three safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. They came through with big-time pick six.
Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
It feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside and kind of start over and put together a nice drive?
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. They'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on a free kick. And that's a big mistake.
On red.
Hands it off out of the gun. And down to the 46-yard line. 157 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Second and a couple.
Hey, we're big 13 heavy. It's hot.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And then the inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
24. Silver.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. They'll get this out to Tilton. And then the inside the 25 now to 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's good. For a Jaguars.
Hey, hey. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And brought down before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
That one too wide. And it
If there's another stop, one of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
can't even get a play off.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and they'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's caught.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
To throw is Jackson.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
First down, Baltimore.
You change it. Hey, hey. 180. What a shot. No, we changed it. 180. What a shot.
Jackson. Ball for the 3rd time. Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Hey, run.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get this up over the 24 to the 26.
168 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And they're brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last for long. Don't have the time in it, I'll reach. No help for the weak, but the strong.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On the red. Think right open. Open. Here we go.
There go play action with Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Now
he's free at the 35. Well, the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect it much, but at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The Ravens.
They'll try and throw for him. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Fred on Phil.
On first down, they'll go to the ground to take it. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 5.
Smash! Red.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Boy, 203 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Hey.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Maybe he hits him in stride. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jags have now opened up a 7-touchdown lead. Unbelievable. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
And he's got it. They add on more salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we knew that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, come on.
In motion, the tight end. They run over center with Mitchell. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Conversion on first didn't get much, and on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Hey! Sit up! Let's go! Sit up! We change it. Hey! 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 Report! Report!
Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Sit
A
up!
gain of 18 on the play.
Sit up!
First down, Ravens.
Ready, shot! Yo, yo! Ready, shot! Sit up!
From the gun to give to Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
He was brought down by Caleb Ransom. 4 yards.
Jackson now.
Second down.
Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. This pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about football because that is something that you and I both enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. They should took 59 yards. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get
No,
going.
we changed it.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they... Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for Jacksonville score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
No,
They're
we changed
looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
It's a roll to maneuver across midfield. What a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Hey.
Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
First and 10 at
But I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
11.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 40-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Red.
Now Lawrence. That's complete. He's got Tilton. And he takes it around. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Facial Tilton from 19 yards away. And the Jaguars are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle.
good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Ravens 8. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these few rules can do for you, as they'll be backed up to start this drive.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Jackson.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here. Micah Parsons. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On second and a long way to go. Jackson. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And they work this way upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Jaguar pressure on the Jaguars.
14 on the play. It's second down.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson to the sideline, and that was a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as they'll lead to third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
He finds his man complete. That's Harper. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Hey, report. Yo. Go ahead.
In motion left, Bateman.
Let's go. Get hot.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
He'll try to do it himself. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here, continuing to pull it on.
And there's a gap that way in the NFL because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking long for Thomas. And it's caught at the 10-yard line. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Ravens 8. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board. And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blow that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. There's that man, Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 4.
Lawrence will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a chance first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12 yards.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Hey, go! Here we go.
Now Lawrence. Got a man, it's DeAndre Brown, complete. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since
defense and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for two here.
Hey, line. Will line up.
They'll look to throw.
And this is going to be caught. So add two more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Short one there, caught by Likely.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd and 5.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And it's caught inside the 35.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jags, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Baltimore,